Hello friends, welcome back to LView, and in this video we are going to discuss the second part of LView AI AlgoChart, which is the oscillator. So we will see what are the main component of oscillator and then we discuss it further. So here we see that oscillator is key in the key component oscillator band lines, oscillator upper band, oscillator lower band and zero line. Okay, and then we have the oscillator line, which is a dotted line, trend line, and table matrix we will discuss in the next video, time alert, and oversold overbought zone that we will discuss in this video. So coming back to the main components of oscillator, here it goes. Okay, so what are these lines like? This is upper band and this is a lower oscillator band and this is zero line. This is dotted oscillator line and this is a trend line. So trend line, what is we will see in the next, but trend line, oscillator line, both are multi time frame derived line. So in even in a 1 minute chart frame, we see the magic of this that when both the lines are in the same direction we have a good trade. So the direction we see from the train and oscillator line give us the feeling of what is the speed at which the price is increasing, and the volatility when we talk about different levels in the upper chart. So volatility is also necessary. So if you compare it with driving a car, you can understand that you have to go like here in the north side. So you know the direction bull side is there. So what is the speed? It should be good. And then we know the in which lane the car is in drive, like lane 4, lane 5, lane 6, lane 7, and lane 8 are area where we expect the market will go in only the one direction. It will not come down, and the 7 and 8 is where the price is moving or the vehicle is uh, the speed limit is the higher, so price can move. But in terms of trading, price should come down at least a bit, or sometimes even reversal is possible from that area. So we understand now these lines. Now we will go and understand what are the basic features of these lines. So upper and lower OC bands are dynamic and can move above or below the zero line, indicating a strong bull or bear market, which is very different from other bands that we have seen here. Zero line is something where both upper line or lower oscillator band, upper and lower oscillator band can move, or which give even the stronger feeling that the bull or bear will come. Trend line is an algorithmic line that detects breakouts and breakdowns across multiple time frames and positions price relative to 200 EMA across different time frame. So what does mean? Just I want to explain here that breakout and breakdown. So we know that after third line, when the third line is crossed, the fours come fourth, and this line is made up by adding like whatever the phase is, like if it is at 4 then we add 4 in different time frame, like in the third time frame, third minutes, when we are in 1 minute of chart, then if it is on like fourth, again 4 we added in the fifth minute, suppose by any reason it is at fifth level. So 4 plus 4 plus 5, then it comes 9, 8 and 13. So this is a one way to calculate. And also, if suppose in a 60-minute time frame it is at minus 4, so minus plus 30 and plus, and then we have to deduct minus 4 from this. So 13 minus 4, it comes to 9. So 9 value is there. Again we have to see in how many periods it is above uh, 200 EMA. So for every 200 EMA we are adding some number. So on the bullish side we are adding, and if the price is below 200 EMA, then this is a deducted. So cumulatively it gives a good figure, and it is algorithmic. What I say is just 1, 2, 3, 4, but we gives weightage according to our experience, that which works fine. And so in this way the trend line is calculated. So even if it is above zero, we see that the market has now moving in up direction. Okay, next is if the value of trend line is above 49, it will appear at 50 level only in case of bullish. At 50 level only. So we have fixed, like even if its value is 70, you will see the trend line moving straight at 50. Obviously, in the table you can see the value, what the value is. This is done because we do not like that the train line move here and there every time. So if it is at 50 level, our its work is enough. Like it's giving the feel that the market is, or the direction is clear. So when the direction is clear, we have to concentrate on other factor like speed and volatility of that particular time, and we can continue the trade. Similarly, in case of bearish phase, if the value of trend line is below minus 15, it will appear at only 50. The color of trend line represents market strength. So green and blue bullish phase, and red and purple bearish phase. Oscillator line is another algorithmic line based on momentum indicators like RSI and stochastics across multiple time frame. So here the thing to be looked into is the word multiple time frame. So when we are in 1 minute, then we also see like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 9 minutes oscillators value like RSI value, and we make one calculation based on that, and this value is calculated. So if you see on the time scale, on the scale it moves from 0 to 150 and above, and here in the below minus, in the minus 0 to minus 10, minus 20, like this, minus 70, and then 100, minus 100, minus 150. So there is a zero line, and the above this the oscillator's price is moving up, and below zero line it is a minus. So when we have to combine the trend line and oscillator in such a way, so we have equal the scale in a such a way that we see above the zero and below the zero, and so we can have a synchronization of trend line and oscillator line. Now we are coming to color filling. So you might have seen that there is a color filling like here, the band. Okay, I'm coming back to this. This is color filling that we are talking about. So color filling between oscillator and upper line. So we are talking about this blue color filling here, upper oscillator and upper band. Okay, opposite of this will be lower band and the oscillator. So the color fill will be blue if trend line is above zero line. So this is the best phase, that trend line is above zero. So now if you see the definition, trend line is above zero, we can see that the market is in good phase, and the oscillator line is above upper oscillator band. So we are not saying that oscillator line is above zero, then we should enter into the trade, because band is something which repositions like oscillator's position. So it is very important to see that upper band should be given regard when we are entering into the trade, and oscillator line is above upper band and trend line is above zero, then its color is blue. So by looking into the just blue color, we understand that market is in a good bullish phase. The color will be lime when oscillator line is above the OC upper band, but the trend line is below the zero line. Here we see the example, like here the zero line is crossed, so color turned into lime 2 or green 2, you can say, in a bullish blue color, And here we see that the trend is not zero, trend line is not above zero, but the oscillator line is this above this line. So there is a strength, and in case of reversal, this is a phase where we should enter into the trade, and we can take the help of another indicator matrix in such a situation. But you see what is what, like how the colors changes here. Now coming back to the uh, bearish phase of same thing, what we discussed in the bull, and now we will see in the bear. In bearish phase, the oscillator line value is fixed at minus 70 in case the line value is between minus 70 and minus 100. Further, if the line value is below minus 100, then it will appear at fixed line 100 only. So as we see in case of trend line, we have also fixed this value, like whether it is 70 or 100. In one glance, we understand that, okay, if it's there, then we should continue the market. So further in the combination, we will see all this. So coming back to the color filling between oscillator line and lower band, the fill color will be purple when the trend line is below zero line and oscillator line is below the lower oscillator band. Okay, so it is just opposite to bullish zone. Here the color will be purple when the trend line is below zero line and oscillator line is below lower oscillator line, but its color will be orange when oscillator line is below lower, here we are talking, and lower band, and but the trend line is above zero line. Here the trend line is above zero. Once it is crossed, its colors become purple, light purple. Now coming to how we read the combination of trend line and oscillators line behavior. So when we see that the combination is the one is representing the direction and other is speed. So what will happen when direction and speeds are both in the same direction? So when both trend line and oscillator line move in the same direction, then only alert can be generated subject to other condition like crossing over upper line 3 or lower line 3 in case of super bull or bear condition confirming the momentum alignment. Okay, so what I earlier said that three combinations required: the direction, speed, and volatility, like in which lane the car will move. So in this condition, we say that okay, super bull or super bear alerts can be generated. When the trend line and oscillator line move in opposite direction, the speed is in the north side, but the trend line is in the south zone, south side. So then we see that there is a likely sideways, and no trade is suggested in super bull bear condition, because super bull bear condition always we see that it should be unidirectional. This may be point of trend reversal as well, so that we have to look into and we have to keep in mind. And many cases after a long, downwards journey, the price tends to reverse, and the reversal will in that cases always with momentum, because trend line will take time in total conversion. Okay, in such case, momentum is a very high in opposite direction, and trade can be initiated with proper risk management. We can catch this through the aggressive momentum alerts. Here we see the combination of trend line and oscillator line. So it is a bullish zone. Oh, so direction is very similar. Here, for the bearish zone, direction is very clear. Like speed and direction both are same, and the same phase. As trend line and oscillator line both are going in the same direction. Here, sideways, because if you see the purple colored trend line is uh, in the bearish phase, but the momentum is in bullish phase. So you see here the green color, and the price is not moving sharply up, and it is almost in sideways. Now we see the trend reversal here. We see the quite that there is a trend reversal, like the speed is very much high and it is so high that the trend line is now changing its color from purple to red, and then from here it is also coming above zero line. So we can, through the aggressive entry, we can catch this trade. So it depends on your trading style and how much concentration you have on the chart. So you can catch this, but you should always have the proper stop loss in these phases. So there is a, market is in a situation where it might stop. So particularly when you are in option kind of thing. So even time decay is possible. So if things are not moving, you should leave the trade and wait for the next move. Okay, and then again here we see the trend reversal kind of thick. This is bullish trend reversal. Bullish trend was there and its reversal in the bearish way. So now we will see what are the good phase and best phase, okay, and how we should use further oscillator and trend line for better trade. So when the trend line and oscillator line are above the upper band and the price is above upper line 3. So this is area where we see that everything is okay, and in the best phase the good phase plus lower band is a greater than 0. That gives a more strength in the best phase. Oscillator line value above 70 and trend line value above 50 indicates a continuation of bullish phase. So many times you will find that such situation come, and then only you should think of remaining in trade for longer time. Otherwise, if it's not there, we'll always prepare that there would be something like a spike which will come and go up, and it will fall down, and your stop loss might be triggered, or you just keep trailing your profit so you have the maximum profit. So next is very important that if oscillator line value is above 115 and the market remains the if the value is that the market remains in overbought zone until it drops below 115. So market with the value of 115 also represents that market is in overbought phase. Coming to the next slide, we will see bullish phase, good phase example, and then here best phase, like this upper band also goes above the zero line. And then we have same thing for bearish, like good phase is trend line oscillator line below the lower band and the price is below uh, lower line 3. Best phase when the trend line and oscillator line are below the lower band and the price is below lower line 3 and the upper oscillator band is below 0. Oscillator line value below minus 70 and trend line value below minus 50 indicates a continuation of bearish phase. If the oscillator line value is below minus 115, the market remains in an oversold zone until it goes above above 115. Okay, the thing is that the 115's value minus 150 value has very significant phase. If it keep below that, then we can say that okay, market is in oversold position, but its continuation will also help you in continuation of trade, your trade in the short uh, direction. Okay, so this is the example of good, and then this is the example of best. So here you see that the upper band has come below this 0. Here the upper band is not below the 0. Upper band is above the 0. So the difference is clear. Okay, Now coming to why there are some background colors like this and how you will read. So these are the blue and green is overbought and aqua and red is oversold. So if you see there are many ways to recognize overbought and oversold. So 115 value is 1, but the shadow is there background which also suggests that the price is in a bullish phase. So shadow is important. You have to give value to this shadow particularly when it is in not many period, when it is in few periods, the breakout is not in like 15 periods, then this is area from where price might fall. Okay, and this is for bearish zone. Same. Then we have the time alert. If you want to have a specific alert where like in particular time when you should pay attention to the chart, either you leave the trade or you should prepare for the next trade. So this alert is here. Now the thing is, from here we will start the decoding algo chart table, which we will discuss in next video. So I hope you understand everything, and we will meet in next video to discuss how to use this table. So you have any questions, you can drop a message to me and I will try to solve it through the making further video, or I can personally contact you. Okay, thank you for your time.